Yeah, that's stress. Hi guys, how are you today? I hope you are doing well and had a very productive week at the university.
Hi Santiago, I'm great. Thanks for asking. Louis and I were just remembering the movie we saw last month at the cinema. Do you remember that night?
Of course, we saw Fat and Furious. It was a fantastic action film with a lot of adrenaline. I can still remember the sound of the engines.
Oh, I remember now. I loved that movie because the plot was very exciting and the cars were beautiful. Idel, you have a great memory for movies? Who was in the cast? I want to remember all the famous actors.
Well, the cast was perfect for an action film. It included Vin Diesel as Dominic Toretto and Paul Walker as Brian Corner. They were incredible together. In addition, Michelle Rodriguez played Letty, a very brave and talented driver. I enjoy her performance a lot because she was very strong.
I agree. She was the best. Santiago, you are a fan of action story. Who was the story about exactly? Can you give us more specific details about the plot?
Of course, Louis, the history happened in the street of Los Angeles. Dominic Toretto was a famous street racer and he led a professional team of drivers who had trucks to steal expensive electronic equipment. However, the plot became complicated because Brian was an undercover cop. He wanted to arrest the team, but started to respect Dominic values. It was a difficult situation for him.
That is very interesting and complex. I have a specific question for Santiago. What was happening in the most dangerous scene of the movie? I want to know all the details about the action.
That's a great question, Idel. In the final scenes, Dominic and Brian were racing their cars at full speed near the train tracks. They were jumping over the obstacles and routing when massive train appeared suddenly. It was a very tense, fun, scary movie for the audience.
Wow, I remember that song. I was very nervous in my scene and I was eating my popcorn very fast. So, Ruben, exactly after the train passed, did they crash into each other or did they survive?
No, they didn't crash. They crossed the tracks just 1 second before the train hit them. It was a miracle. On the other hand, Dominic crashed his beautiful car into a truck right after that. It was a very sad and shocking moment for the character and for use.
You are right. That was a tragedy for the car. Now I have a question for Louis. You usually prefer comedies or romantic movies. So, what did you think about the ending of the intense action film?
Well, I just were dislike violence, but I love this end. Brian let Dominic go and have it Jim the keys to his car because they're beside true friends and brothers. In addition, the music and the special effect in that scene were very emotional. And conclusion is not just a movie and fast cars. It is a story about loyalty, respect, and family.
I totally agree with you, Louis. It was an amazing and unforgettable experience. However, we need to see the next movies on the saga to know what happens with the police investigation.
That's a great idea, Santiago. I heard the sequel, Too Fast, Too Furious, is even better and has more cars. Why don't we go to the cinema next Saturday to watch the second part together?
I won't love to. It's a great plan for the weekend. Let's meet here at the same time, drink some coffee, and then we can go to the mall together.
Perfect, it's a deal. I will buy a ticket online tonight. See you on Saturday, Luis. Have a great week. See you, Idel. See you, Luis.
See you later, Santiago. Goodbye.
Bye, bye.